Hi, for today's teardown, these things, they are so big they almost require a vertical video. And actually they are too big to fit on my bench, so it is why I am shooting in the other room. So fresh from eBay, we have here two military green sticks, which seem to be some kind of a radio, beacon or transponder things. So this one is in good condition, this one is in bad condition and missing one leg or antenna, because yes, we have 3 legs or maybe antennas, a huge battery compartment and a huge electronics compartment. They are dated from 1964. This one is serial number 6, this one is serial number 3. So I will zoom for you on this top part first. So here you have what I believe is the bottom part with 3 things that can be, they are in a unfold position, but they can be set in a storage position like this. So they might be legs because we have a rubber hand, but maybe they are at the same time some kind of antennas. We have auxiliary control panel here with on-off button, battery low and transmitting lights with some kind of nice shade. We will have a look at it later on the bench. And here we have a battery compartment cover that will open like so and will give access to a huge battery compartment. Zoom here on the sticker. So it is from the French Army Telecommunications Service called Service de Transmission. It is called répondeur, which could translate by transponder, TRPX1A. There is absolutely no information on this on the web. This might be a NATO number, not sure. And date code of 1964, serial number 6 here. The other one is serial number 3. We have here just a pair of it, a little selector wheel you can turn between G day, P, N, and it is all. Here you have a control panel kind of thing located at the top. We have one DB9 plug, some kind of missing cover or accessory, which I do not have. 4 buttons that can probably be used to configure some kind of an ID code. There is nothing written about them. And one other button here with a weird knob. As you can see, you can select between O, R and S. And it is all for this top panel. So as you will see later on the bench, this top part here is made of 2 halves, all together with a lot of screws. There is here some kind of an auxiliary access panel. And luckily enough, we have here a ring that can be unscrewed to separate the thing in 2 parts with a connector in the middle. It is really nice because it is very long. Not sure how it is. Yes, more than 1 meter already. And all at the bottom, overview again of 3 legs or antennas here. So this one has all its legs, so you can actually use them to have it standing like this. But the other one here has one broken leg. So in fact this one, the eBay ad was for the complete one, and then the seller contacted me and telling he had another one in a worse condition. I did send in 15 more euros and I got the second one. I paid 40 euros for both of them. Okay, so I guess it is all for this walk around of the devices. Time to take them on the bench and have a look inside. Of course I will open the one that is damaged, because I may actually scrap this one, I am not sure, and I will keep the good one in my collection. So here is the thing on the bench. I will first separate the two parts with turning this piece here, because it is too bulky. It seems this middle piece here is in plastic while everything else is aluminum. Here I did not notice previously, we have some kind of maybe frequency selection knob, but it is completely stuck. So let me try to deal with this thing, because it is in fact not so easy to turn, and I haven't got the special key to do it. And now I don't believe a 3D printed key will be strong enough to do this. Okay, so we have connector like such inside, DB connector with coax in the middle, of course matching one here, and we will start by having a look at this part. So there is our battery compartment with this cover, locking button here, seal around, and foam to press on the battery. And we will not be able to see it, but it is super extremely deep. In fact it goes all the way here, and of course the battery is missing. Okay, here we have our on-off switch. I will actually zoom for you. And our status lights. So there is this kind of a shade piece with very little holes here. So maybe it is for to be completely discreet on the field, and the enemy cannot see the light from the thing. But here you can lift this and you have a better view of the lamps. And if needed, you can unscrew this, and then you will access the two light holders. And even they did provide, they are completely stuck in here, but it seems we have here spare bulbs. Okay, so here we have the remains probably of an attachment point, I guess, for some kind of a strap to carry the thing. About the leg antennas things, 3 of them, well, 2 here. They are attached with some kind of a 6 bolt here, it seems. And when you tighten this, it will actually press in here on this piece to lock it in place. Same here, except we have an extra piece in the middle for this little strap. And about the missing one, there is a hole here, but it is for locating a ball. It is not for a wire. Okay, some label here from the army. And about this piece here, we have actually 3 screws that are attaching it together. So I believe it is really not a lot to have only 3 screws, while here you have a super strong screw thread thing. Here you have only 3 screws, so not sure about the water tightness of this part. This may be a weak point in fact. And it will reveal the battery contacts. Yes, I did already open it previously. So the battery contacts, like such, some kind of banana plugs in fact. A lot of dust and sound maybe in this thing. And it looks like we have pass-through capacitors, noise filtering capacitors, going to the other side here. And we have some wires going to the top, of course, for the bulbs. And also maybe we have a coax. I am not too sure about this. No, in fact we have no coax wire. It is interesting. And they go in a compartment here on the side, in fact all the way along the battery. But on this side it is not clear how it is put together, because I really do not see how to take this thing apart. If you want to access the button here, for instance, if I remove this cover, I try to, really there is nothing you can access easily to get to the inside, or maybe here in fact. Yes, it is more or less stuck, but maybe we have a ring here that can come off. So let me try to do it. We have an aluminum piece all around, yes, which is clipped in place. And I see actually more wires. Now there all the wires are turning around the part here and going here. So it is probably what you have to do, yes, to access the buttons. But it is clipped in place and seems not really easy to undo. Maybe I can try. I try. Very hard, but it will not come. A little bit more here maybe. Yes, a little bit more. Here we are. At least. Okay, and here is the answer. Here you can access to the wires and to the button. So there is an inside sleeve here in fact for the batteries, and a folded aluminium piece, and the outer piece is die-cast aluminium. Okay. And the wires going here, so I can confirm there is no antenna coax wire anywhere. So the 3 things here are only fit, they are not antennas, it seems. Okay, so I guess it is all for this side of the device. So there is another design flow here. So I did notice something, maybe I can try for you to lift here. One of these things was loose. I'm sure which one. I did just break it, or this one. I'm not sure if it is broken already. Yes, it is indeed broken already. Okay, so I was saying, yes, we have a design problem here, because when you want to put this back together, the wires will go in the way and will be squished between the 2 parts and will prevent you to install the screws. It is a very poor design here. You have really to fit them under the plate here and slowly put the thing in place, but still it is not really impressive. Okay, now let's go to the second part. So here here we have this thing which is probably a loop to allow you passing through a strap, carrying strap. I did already undo most of the screws because there is a number of them, and here they are not original. I did. In fact, the thing came with only 2 or 3 screws, and I did put some screws in my stock. So there is this little access panel here that will reveal, ta-da, will reveal, if I can lift it, this. So first bits of electronics. The device is from 1964, so we can expect at the same time probably tube and transistors. And here indeed we have transistors. So very French made set of components. There is a nice red Steafix thing here. It might be a precision capacitor. In a box here probably some kind of transformer where is little wires coming out of it. I see here 3 quartz that may match the 1, 2, 3 numbers on this wheel here. What else? Shielded rigid coax wires here along the side. Some kind of things here with little covers, and they must be trimming capacitors, probably adjustable to capacitors, I guess. We have 6 of them. We have apparently 3 frequencies or 3 channels maybe, so they might be for to adjust on transmit and receive. Capacitors here, a few transistors. We have Texas Instrument here 2N753. We have glass body diodes. We have double-sided fiberglass PCB, which I guess for the time frame is not bad. We have here another transistor. It has only 3 legs, but we notice this very nice Greek letter logo on here with a registered trademark logo. Also, we have one more transistor here with built-in with heatsink, and we have the last one here, which seems very fancy and golden. It is apparently here Motorola 2N186. Probably a very expensive one, and I did just notice here more trimmer things you can adjust. Seems we have here, we use it, where is it? Here. It is probably a ceramic tubular cylinder tubular capacitor, and more weird parts here. Okay, so it is all for this compartment. The cover here is just a die-cast aluminum cover with some kind of seal, a cardboard seal or something like this. And it is worth to notice that we have these grooves on the side which seem perfectly useless. I do not see the point of having them, but still, and it looks like the inside is actually silver coated. Okay, now I will remove the screws of the main compartment. Here we are, so screws on both sides, and actually to separate them you have to pull like so, and it will, we have some locating pins. Maybe we have a screw I did forget, no, but it is not coming. Ah, yes, here. Actually, it will help if all the screws are removed, if I am able to pull it out. Yes, so now we can open the two parts. So here is what we have inside. We have this, which will be for later, which is really interesting, and we have that. We will start here. So as you can see, yes, we have a vacuum tube. So really looks like a radio device. About the button here on the side, we have a whole set of shaft and gears, and it must be why it is so hard to turn, because we'll turn everything here. Looks like here you have in fact they are selectors, they are not potentiometers. We have power transistor here. Not sure if it is for power regulation or if it is actually for the transmitter side of the thing. Texas Instrument brand. We have a card edge connector here going to the other piece. And actually we have here a missing nut behind this screw, but it is completely impossible to reach. Or at least it will be a really hard, maybe with fine tweezers I will be able to reinstall the nut, but it will not be easy. This transistor, by the way, has a very nice golden base, as you can see. Not something you see every day. About the vacuum tube, it is a RCA tube. Is it a military series? It is attached with this spring, and it is 2618 apparently. And it seems to be in a quite decent condition. I do not see any evidence of EV use on this tube. It is not vacuum is still intact inside apparently, and not any shadow of metallization of EV use. So interesting. And here of course you have the rear side of the PCB of the module. And we have difficult to reinstall tube. Okay. Very neat wires, as you can see, very tidy. Here we have the rear side of the trimming capacitors. These things here. Adjustable coils here. Some very old school ceramic tubular capacitors here. And it is all some stamps from the military. And you can see the EV die-cast aluminum piece. And the wires going to the connector to the battery pack are here on the side. And here actually I see what seems to be a coax. So it is interesting. So it goes in a compartment here where we probably have only the connector. Okay, now about this piece. So as you can see, we have a number of squares. We have two of the card edge connector, of course, going to the other side. And we have two screws that should allow to undo this wall module. Yes, quick captive screws, in fact, it seems. And it looks like this one is unmating the connector at the same time. It is better when you undo screws completely, it works better usually. Okay, yes, we have this design of connectors. We have here at the back the buttons for the little control panel here. some wires going on the side to the DB connector, potentiometer here for the selector in fact for the switch here. So actually we have no volume or anything, so it is not an audio radio, at least it seems, unless we are supposed to connect something here, but I have no information at all. So now the most interesting part about this. If I lift here is what we have. A number of contacts. And what are they for? They are for this. A whole bunch of little potted box. With individual numbers. Actually these ones are carrying 3 numbers at the same time. And they are 3 of the same model. The other one are one of a kind. Some of them are apparently in metal. The others are plastic. This one seems to have maybe some trimmer adjustment on it. Yes, looks so. And it is pretty interesting to see how they are attached with this kind of contacts with a spring around that looks like a wire wrap, in fact. But I am not sure if it is wire wrap. So you know what? We need to have a look at least inside one of them. This one has a little bit of a damage on the side, it seems. So I will try to pop out this one. Seems we have connectors, so actually it is me. I did the damage previously. In fact the base is very soft and will prevent you to pry out the thing from the socket. Well, really it seems we have a socket. So I guess hammer time. Yes, it is coming out a little bit, but here on the side it does not want to come. So I have a second item, so not a big deal if I damage one. Anyway, it is already in bad condition. Pop out a little bit at a time. It is probably not the correct way, by the way, to remove this module, but I do not see any other possibility, except maybe pulling the little springs out here, but it is not what I want to do. Yes, it is coming slowly. Here we are. And one of the legs did just remain in the socket, and one of the springs did just come out. Yes, since you remove the component, the springs become quite loose. So it is really a weird design, this thing. First time I see this. Like if they were not able to find matching sockets for the legs of their design, and they had to clutch something, and I am losing all the little springs. This one is really hard to get, by the way. Interesting. So it is not the main goal. The goal is to open this thing. We have 15 contacts on it. So let me figure out how to open it. I believe we might have some kind of filter networks in this or something like so, but let's first try to pull this base plate. Seems very hard. really hard, but in fact the base plate is very brittle and will break in parts, but the top piece seems very hard. So what to do? You know what? Dremel time. So actually it was not too bad. I was expecting to find something completely potted in extra hard compound, but not, or at least we can see a little bit of it. It looks like we have like a sandwich of circuit boards without circuit boards. In fact, like a corkwood assembly of boards, but look at this. The tracks are actually made of tiny wires, which seems pretty insane, because the work needed and precision needed to put this together by hand, most probably, and then putting it in a compound to keep everything in place. So it looks like we have I can see transistors at least. Can I open it more? Here we will have all the legs in the way, so it is not terribly good, and this material actually is a little bit soft. Yes, so maybe just try to remove here this corner. They are not wires, they are flat strips of metal. It is interesting. So we have links between the two parts. We have this, I believe it is some kind of a little adjustable little potentiometer. I can see the, yes, most probably. And we have a little QN series transistors here. Resistor, diodes, capacitors between them, linking everything together. So what does it do exactly? Maybe some kind of adjustable filter or something like this. Tuned amplifier, do not know, I have no clue. But we have a number of them. How many modules do we have? We have 18 modules. 2 of them are different. We have 4 buttons here on the top. So in binary you can go up to 16 if I am not wrong. So it must allow to access encode access to each one, to different modules, to do different things, either to answer different frequencies to an incoming message or something like this. Probably, yes, you will monitor a frequency, and if you have something coming in, you will reply with something encoded on a frequency. So is it some kind of IFF transponder? or locator transponder for field operations, because apparently it is made to be portable. It is made to be not easy to see. So maybe it is for airdrop operations. Someone on the ground will put it and it will help the plane to drop the things at the correct place or something like this. I have really no idea, and any of the numbers did not give any interesting result on Google, so I was not able to find any information about this thing, but it must be the ID, more or less. Okay, so really interesting little device. I was not expecting to find this design and to find such a complicated work inside the modules. Why did not they use two PCBs in a sandwich? It looks like the components are air mounted and soldered together. Not sure if it is wet solder, if it is spot soldering. In fact, I do not see any solder anywhere. Really interesting. The contacts, in fact, between the strips of metal here and the legs of the components are really thin, so it looks like it was a spot solder. Interesting. Not expected at all. Okay, so I hope you did enjoy this teardown of a weird vintage military radio transponder thing. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to check my other videos, to check my favorite channels, to check my playlist, to share, like, subscribe, and so on. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.